My name is Jessica. I'm 28 years old, and today I'm going to tell you a story about assumptions, betrayal, and how I finally showed my sister who really owned the house. This story is about my older sister, Nicole. She's 5 years older than me, and she's always been bossy ever since we were kids. Always wanting to control everything, always acting like she knew better than everyone else. But what she did this time, it crossed every line imaginable. Our parents died in a car accident when I was 22. Nicole was 27. That day is still burned into my memory. We were both completely shattered, heartbroken, lost. Mom and dad left behind a house, a beautiful house filled with our childhood memories. Every corner had a piece of them in it. Every room held a story. Um, After the funeral, Nicole pulled me aside. She looked me in the eyes and said, Jessica, I'm the older one. Let me handle the house. You focus on your life, your job. I'll take care of everything. Um, I was drowning in grief. I couldn't think straight, so I just nodded. I thought maybe she was right. Maybe it was better if she handled things. That was my first mistake. Nicole moved into the house. I stayed in my apartment because my job was there, but I'd visit on weekends. I needed to feel close to mom and dad. I needed those memories. At first, everything seemed fine. Nicole would welcome me, we'd have coffee, talk about our parents, but slowly, things started to change. She began making little comments. Jessica, next time, let me know before you come over. Or, Jessica, don't touch that. I just organized everything. Or, Jessica, I live here now. I need some space. Space? In my own family home? I was confused, but I didn't say anything. I thought maybe she was just dealing with grief in her own way. But then it got worse. One day, I showed up at the house without calling first. I needed to pick up some of mom's things, personal items that meant the world to me. When I walked in, Nicole looked at me like I'd committed a crime. Jessica, what are you doing here? I told you to call first. I was taken aback. Nicole, this is my home too. I don't need permission to come here. And that's when she said something that made my blood run cold. Your home? Jessica, this house is mine now. I live here. I pay the bills. I take care of everything. You're just a visitor. And honestly, I think it's time you stop coming around so much. I stood there, frozen. What are you talking about? This was mom and dad's house. It's our house. She crossed her arms and looked at me like I was stupid. Jessica, grow up. I'm the oldest. I took responsibility. This house is mine now, and I want you to stop showing up unannounced. Better yet, stop showing up at all. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. My own sister was trying to kick me out of my childhood home, the place where I felt closest to our parents. I left that day feeling crushed, betrayed. How could she do this to me? But then something told me to dig deeper. Something didn't feel right. Nicole was way too confident, too sure of herself. Why? I drove straight to our parents' lawyer's office. I needed answers. Mr. Peterson, our family lawyer, looked surprised to see me. Jessica, I was wondering when you'd come by. I sat down, my hands shaking. Mr. Peterson, I need to know. The house. Who does it belong to? He frowned. Didn't Nicole tell you? Tell me what? He sighed and pulled out a folder. Your parents made their will very clear. The house was left specifically to you, Jessica. Only you. I felt like the ground had disappeared beneath me. What? Yes. Nicole received the savings accounts and some investments. But the house? That was always meant for you. Your parents knew how much you loved that place. They wanted you to have it. Tears filled my eyes. Not just because of what I'd learned, but because of what it meant. Nicole had lied to me. She'd known the truth all along and kept it from me. She'd moved into my house, acted like it was hers, and tried to kick me out. Before I tell you what happened next, hit that subscribe button real quick because what comes next is absolutely wild. I sat in that lawyer's office for another hour, going over every detail of the will. Everything was crystal clear. The house was mine, legally, officially, completely mine. Mr. Peterson handed me copies of all the documents. Jessica, I suggest you speak with Nicole about this. But if she refuses to leave, you have every legal right to take action. I drove home that night with my mind racing. Part of me wanted to storm into that house and confront Nicole immediately, but another part of me wanted to be smart about this. I wanted her to understand exactly what she'd done. So I came up with a plan. I gave Nicole 1 more week. 1 more week of her thinking she owned everything. 1 more week of her acting like she was in control. During that week, I gathered all the documents, I made copies, I contacted a real estate lawyer to understand my rights, and I prepared for the conversation that would change everything. The following Saturday, I showed up at the house. Nicole answered the door with that same annoyed expression. Jessica, I thought I told you to call before coming. I walked right past her. We need to talk. She followed me into the living room, arms crossed. About what? I placed the folder of documents on the coffee table. About the house. She glanced at the folder and laughed. What about it? Jessica, I already told you. This is my house now. You need to accept that and move on. I opened the folder and pulled out the will. Actually, Nicole, this house isn't yours. It never was. Her face went pale. What are you talking about? Mom and Dad left this house to me. Only me. It's in the will. I went to Mr. Peterson. He showed me everything. Nicole's mouth opened and closed like a fish. That's not. No, that's wrong. The house was for both of us. I shook my head. No, it wasn't. You got the savings and investments. I got the house. And you knew that, didn't you? You knew from the beginning. She tried to keep her composure, but I could see the panic in her eyes. Jessica, even if that's true, I've been living here. I've been taking care of it. You can't just kick me out. Actually, I can. This is my house. You've been living here without my permission. And not only that, you lied to me. You manipulated me. You took advantage of my grief and tried to steal what was rightfully mine. Nicole's face turned red. I didn't steal anything. I've been paying bills, maintaining this place. You should be thanking me. Thanking you? Nicole, you tried to kick me out of my own house. You made me feel like I didn't belong here. You lied to my face for years. She stood up, angry now. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna throw your own sister out on the street? I looked at her calmly. You have 2 weeks to find a new place and move out. I'll be moving back in at the end of the month. Her jaw dropped. You can't be serious. I'm completely serious. This is my house, Nicole. You don't get to stay here after what you did. She tried to argue, tried to guilt trip me, tried to make me feel like the bad guy, but I didn't budge. For the first time in my life, I stood my ground against her. Over the next 2 weeks, Nicole tried everything. She called me crying, begging for more time. She sent angry texts calling me selfish and heartless. She even got some family friends to call me and tell me I was being too harsh. But I didn't change my mind. What she'd done was unforgivable. She'd lied, manipulated, and tried to steal from me, and I wasn't going to let her get away with it. Moving day came. I showed up at the house with a moving truck and a couple of friends. Nicole was still there, boxes half packed, looking miserable. Jessica, please, can't we work something out? I shook my head. No, Nicole. You made your choice when you decided to lie to me. Now you have to deal with the consequences. She finally left that evening. No more arguments, no more excuses, just gone. I walked through the house after she left. It felt different, emptier, but also more mine. I could finally breathe again. I spent the next few weeks redecorating, making it feel like home again. I put up pictures of mom and dad. I brought back some of my own things. And slowly the house started to feel like it was supposed to. Um, a few months later, Nicole reached out to me. She sent me a long email. It started with excuses, but by the end, she finally admitted the truth. Jessica, I was wrong. I knew from the beginning that the house was yours. I wanted it so badly. I thought I deserved it because I was older. I thought I could convince you to let me have it. But I was selfish. I was cruel. And I'm sorry. I know you probably won't forgive me. And I don't blame you. But I needed you to know that I understand what I did. And I regret it every day. I read that email 3 times. Part of me wanted to ignore it. Part of me wanted to stay angry forever. But another part of me felt something I didn't expect. Relief, not forgiveness exactly, but relief that she finally understood, that she finally admitted what she'd done. I didn't respond to the email right away. I needed time to process everything, but eventually I wrote back. I told her that what she did hurt me deeply, that it would take a long time before I could even think about rebuilding our relationship, but that I appreciated her honesty. Today, Nicole and I have a complicated relationship. We're not close like we used to be. We don't talk often, but we're civil. And maybe one day we'll find our way back to being sisters again. As for the house, it's mine, completely mine, and I'm never letting anyone take it from me again. Looking back, I'm glad I stood up for myself. I could have let Nicole walk all over me. I could have believed her lies and given up what was rightfully mine, but I didn't. I fought back. I showed her who really owned the house, and I took back what belonged to me. If there's one thing I've learned from all this, it's that you can't let people manipulate you, even if they're family, especially if they're family. You have to stand up for yourself. You have to fight for what's yours, because if you don't, someone else will take it, and you'll regret it for the rest of your life.